Hey everyone, once been here at the Battle Report. So this is the final practice game for the Brawler Bash tournament. After this, I'm going to have 5 tournament games, and then I promise you I won't use this list for a while. I feel like I've done so many games with it lately. Going against a fan of the channel. He contacted me ahead of time, and we set up a game for the Friday night before the tournament, and very excited to do so. I'm excited to play what looks to me like a very well-balanced High Elf list. I really like it. It doesn't overwhelm any one aspect of the game, like putting all your points into one unit. So anyway, he's got a unit of Fast Cav on the right, 2 Eagles, a Bolt Thrower. He's got a unit of Sword Masters with Banner of the World Dragon. I really don't like that banner, but at least when it's in a mid-size unit, I don't mind it too much. What it does is it allows us 2 spellcasters in there to 6 dice spells with pretty much with immunity, because they get a 2-up ward save against any damage caused. And my opponent did that quite a bit. 6 dice, he'd pick the crucial spell into 6 dice it every single time, which I think is a pretty smart idea, especially with that kind of protection. So he's got the Lore Master, who of course knows every signature spell, and he's got a level 1 high magic with a scroll. Then let's see, Silver Helms with his Battle Standard Bearer, White Lions, Phoenix Guard, Northern Sea Guard, Bolt Thrower, Frostheart Phoenix, Noble on a Griffin, and more Fast Cav. So I have to admit I was excited to see him put 2 threats on the far side of the table, because that means I don't have to worry about shooting them turn 1. I can focus on other targets. If these guys were closer to the action, I would probably feel compelled to shoot at them first, and it'd be just some really difficult decisions to make about like 2 Eagles threatening my War Machines. But very happy they were very far away. About the middle of the table, I've got 4 Demigryphs, my Steam Tank. In the very back, I've got 10 archers with the banner with my level 4 Lore of Fire. One of the reasons about Lore of Fire was because I liked what it might be able to do to elves. So I think it might be useful this game. Got handgunners in front of them. Big unit of halberdiers with a 5-man detachment, archer detachment. They've got the BSB and a warrior priest with them. 9 inner circle knights with Karl Franz and a warrior priest who has the crown of command with them. Hurricanum behind my lines. Hellblaster volley gun, Demigryphs, and then Master Engineer and 2 cannons. One's in the very far right bottom corner. So my opponent gets to Vanguard first. He Vanguards a unit of Fast Cav like that, which, by the way, I think is a mistake, because I've got a 50-50 chance of going first, and if I go first, he's just giving me a target for the Hellblaster volley gun. And if he doesn't Vanguard right there, I have no target, and it's wasted shooting for me. If he goes first, it allows him to get a jump with those guys and 2 Eagles that can fly up 20 inches, so that might work out for him, but it certainly is a gamble. Here on the left, he Vanguards, moves his Fast Cav closer in, and the card he's playing allows him to Vanguard either a core unit or a solo character, so he Vanguards up his Noble on Griffin. So I win the turn to go first, and I move up just like that. Really, I just want the Demigryphs to protect my flank. I don't want Fast Cav getting around me, and with an 18-inch march, that's exactly what they can do. I don't rush forward. I do that piece of terrain there in the middle is impassable, not the base of it, but the structure itself. So I'm kind of moving the halberdiers up so that that's guarding their flank. The Steam Tank, of course, misfires and takes 1, 2, or 3 wounds. I don't remember how many, and can't shoot this turn, so that's kind of a bummer. And I make a huge mistake with the Demigryphs. We decided the piece of terrain on the left was impassable, and we decided it was only the raised portion, not the big square. But for some reason, when I went to reform, I was thinking it was just the small square in the very, very middle, and so that I reformed in a way that I could march or charge past it. And, of course, I can't. So I just reformed in a way to block myself. Nice. Beautiful. Hellblaster opens up on the Fast Cav, and of course they die. Cannons open up on an Eagle. I think it takes 2 cannons to do it, but I was able to kill 1 Eagle. Happy enough about that. We go to High Elf turn 1. He pretty much sits still with his lines in the middle. I was kind of surprised, because he's got a lot of elite infantry troops that I was worried that they would kind of rush me, but he stayed back. And his Eagle that was near his Bolt Thrower, he flew back behind his lines. He didn't tell me why he did that. I'm not saying it was a mistake. I just don't know what his thinking was. And over here, he's using my mistake to his advantage. So he parks his Frostheart and his Noble on Griffin in front of my demis, and I can't charge him. So fantastic. And his Frostheart is behind a wall, so I'm not going to be able to, I can still shoot over the wall, but if a cannonball bounces through that wall, it stops and destroys the wall, so he's somewhat protected from cannon fire. During magic, he casts one of his spells at my Hurricanum and does 2 wounds to it, and casts another spell and gets the other wound off, and so that's gone. Over here is Lorthan Seaguard have not much to shoot at. They shoot at the 5-man archer detachment and kill them. Now let me go back just a second. If you look at the top middle, you see his white lions. There's a card in front of him. I was able to get Fulminating Flame Cage off on that unit, and I think maybe that's because he didn't want to use that. He didn't want to move that unit. That may be why he just kept his lines still, just to keep everybody together. That probably is what he was thinking there. So one trick I was trying here is not only did I cast that, but then I had like 1 die left, and I tried casting the Hurricanum spell, hoping that I roll a hit and a 3 and can rotate the unit and activate the flame cage and kill 2/3 of the unit that way. But of course, it's scattered. Empire turn 2 looks like this. So on the very far right, I move up very aggressively with my Demigryph Knights. He's got a bolt throw over there, and he also has his Sword Masters. I don't really want Demigryphs in the front of the Sword Masters, but I certainly would charge them in the flank of the Sword Masters. I actually like the idea of charging, if I can, charging the bolt thrower in a way that I can kill it and then overrun to the flank of the Sword Masters. I would love to get my Knights into his Silver Helms. I think Karl Franz would do very nicely there. I don't really want to take them into the face of the Sword Masters. Halberdiers are sitting with the impassable terrain guarding their flank, and they're just sitting there. And if you look on the far left, I just reform the Demis and move up. I'm offering him a flank and a rear charge by his Phoenix and his Griffin, but the mistake's been made. I can't really stop it now. I have 2 cannons and a steam tank to shoot at those guys, and I'm hoping I can take them out. Yeah, so it looks like that. And so we shoot. So 1 cannon, I use, I think the steam tank or a cannon, whatever, to shoot at the Phoenix first, and I break down a wall. So then either the other cannon or the steam tank shoots at the Frostheart Phoenix. I get past its ward. I wound him, get past his ward, and I roll a single wound. The other cannon hits the noble on Griffin, gets past his ward save, wounds him. He only has 2 wounds, anything but a 1, and he dies. Yeah, I do a single wound on him, and I fail to wound the Griffin. I just... That didn't work out. So High Elf turn 2, his Frostheart Phoenix and his Noble on Griffin charge my Demigryph Knights. Fast Cav move around the flank, threatening my bunkers. He moves his infantry up, because obviously this turn I did not have Fulminating Flame Cage on his White Lions. He moves his Eagle up to block my Demigryphs. I'm not sure what he was attempting to do, but he set it up in a way that I charge the front of the Eagle, but, well, anyway, basically I'm going to charge the front of the Eagle, and if I break the Eagle in combat, I'm going to pursue him in a way that gives his bolt thrower a flank shot on my Demis. If I kill him outright, I overrun, and I can do it in a way where I hit the flank of the Sword Masters. So, yeah, there's that. So, there's this one. Searing Doom goes off my Knights. I think I even let it through, because I don't care about the Knights, to be honest with you. They're kind of a character delivery system. Their job is to make sure that Karl Franz can't be targeted by bolt throwers. After combat here, yeah, the problem he had here was he needs to do 5 wounds to those Demigryph Knights, and just with a 1-up save, they're just kind of hard to wound. He did at least 3, maybe up to 5, I don't know. I think I might have even done a wound to him. I don't know. It doesn't matter. He won combat by a lot, but I was steadfast. Karl Franz's range is 18 inches. I may or may not have had that, but the BSB is definitely within 12, and with the reroll or whatever, I stuck. That's bad for him, because as long as I can generate steam points on my steam tank, I'm going to go crash into that Frostheart Phoenix, because we're allowed virtual pivots, and if you pivot into a unit, that counts as a charge. So as long as I don't roll an 8, a 10, or a misfire, that Phoenix is probably going to go down. Empire turn 3. If you look on the right, the Demigryphs charge the Eagle. My Karl Franz and the Knights charges Silver Helms. I love that matchup, and they fail it. If you look on the left, I forgot to move the steam point when I took the picture, but I was able to generate steam points. He crashed into the Phoenix. So over here, so I lined it up like this because I think I'm going to kill the eagle. If I don't kill the eagle by break him and overrun, we're going to run to the right in front of his bolt thrower, and I'm not going to hit it, and he'll have a flank shot on me. If I kill the eagle, I'm going to run straight ahead. I'll hit his swordmasters and get him in the flank. If Karl Franz makes this charge into the Silverhelms, who by the way are not stubborn and won't be steadfast, I think I will almost certainly win with Karl Franz. And I'm wide enough that when I overrun, I'm going to clip the swordmasters and then whip around and be in their flank. And I'll have the swordmasters with demigryphs on one flank, knights in the other flank, and they can't reform, and it's beautiful. And Karl Franz fails the freaking charge. It was set up so nicely. Yeah, there's a steam tank plowing into that. I think I had nothing really to shoot at with my cannons, so I put a cannonball right through his ranks. I hit his battle standard bearer. He fails his lookout sir roll. I wound him, and I roll a single wound again. So I guess that's happened. Yeah, it's happened now on the BSB, on the other noble, and on the Frostart Phoenix. I'm getting a little bit tired of rolling a single wound. After combat, yeah, the steam tank just absolutely slaughters. Even at only strength 5, it slaughters the Frostart Phoenix, which gives me tons of combat res. My demigryphs kill the noble on the griffin, just you can't take him off the model. And the griffin has taken 2 wounds. We can't catch him, but we overrun into the flank of the fast cav that were behind us. They got shot by my archers, of course, and my handgunners. So I'm going to beat them on his turn. And so even if the griffin rallies on my next turn, I can charge him with my demigryphs and finish him off. So my left flank is very much secure. Over here, yeah, we killed his eagle, overrun into the flank of the swordmasters, and I think they actually had to close the door to me, which is why the angle is weird now. So we go to High Elf turn 3. On my last turn, I should say that I got Fulminating Flame Cage off on his White Lions. On this turn, he decides he doesn't care, so he charges the White Lions into my Halberdiers as well as his Phoenix Guard. The Phoenix Guard need a really high roll. I want to say at least a 10. White Lions don't need nearly that much. The White Lions fail their charge, so he loses. He should have lost 2/3 of the unit. I bet that's about what he did. He loses 2/3 of the unit and doesn't even get in combat. Phoenix Guard make their insanely long charge, and I'm actually pretty happy with that because I think I should win a drawn out slog with the Phoenix Guard. I'm +1 to hit, so I'm wounding on 3s, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. Of course, he will have a 6-up armor and a 4-up ward. So, but I think over time, I have so many more bodies, I'll be okay there. Anyway. Everything is, as you can see there, the Griffin rallies. There's that. And yeah, before we go to combat, he's able to see my demigryphs with his knights, and they come charging in. So I have to admit, I'm thinking here, I should be okay. He's going to do some wounds. I should do so many wounds, those sword masters. Plus, he's got a level 1. I can pick off a mage. So there's some good things that can happen here. Plus, his BSB is only on 1 wound, and so it will be worth allocating attacks on him. His Northern Sea Guard open up on my handgunners. They kill enough to force a panic test. I'm on a Leadership 7 rerollable. They fail. They run right through my archers and off the board. Archers fail their panic test and run off the board. I'm so glad that I took my level 4 out of that unit before that happened. After combat, yeah, his fast cav is dead. I reformed so I can get the easy charge on my next turn. Over here comes in. This scared me because I thought I was doing well. He did 9 wounds to me. I did 9 wounds to him, but he made 6 ward saves. Only 3 Phoenix Guard die. That's scaring me. At that rate, I'm not going to win this slog. After combat here, yeah, I underestimated the Silverhelms and the BSB. They just tore up my Demigryph Knights. They killed 3 out of 4. I put a single wound on his level 1. I've done so. And by the way, his level 2 Lore Master miscast and failed his 2-up ward against magical attacks and took a wound. So every character he has, I swear, all 3 of these characters have a single wound on them. I was really bummed not able to kill the mage at least. Now I was really surprised here. I'm going to charge Karl Franz and his silver helms, obviously, but I could have sworn recently that we looked up rules, and if you're at 20%, 25% or lower, you rally only on Snake Eyes. My opponent disagreed. He opened up the rule book, pointed it out, and it said only if you're under 25%. I am so confused about that rule. I have had it pointed out to me both ways, and I just don't remember. So Empire turn 4, he shows me the rule book, and it says under 25%. So my Demigryph rallies. Karl Franz and the Knights go into the flank of his BSB and then his Knights. Steam Tank goes barreling into the Northern Sea Guard. Yeah, so there's that. There's that. There's that. Charges all the way around. I'm liking it. My cannon takes out his bolt thrower on the top left, so that's nice. Demigryphs, I don't think they kill the Griffin, but he loses combat and runs off the board, and we just reform this way. And this combat went very, very nicely. This time I think he killed 9 again. I don't know, whatever it was. He killed some, but my guys just killed a bunch. And I mean that broke the back of the Phoenix Guard, because now he can't do nearly enough wounds, and I can just pour him on. So it's funny how that worked, because the first round of combat I was sitting on 3s with hatred, and this round I didn't, and I still did. He just failed all his ward saves. Yeah, the Steam Tank does what the Steam Tank does. I think it takes a single wound, but he kills a bunch. His guys are steadfast on an 8. They fail. Obviously, they get away because I can't pursue. And over here, yeah, we easily kill the BSB, killed a bunch of Knights. They were not steadfast. We pursue them and land like that. So he's going to get a bolt thrower right through the flank of that unit. But what else can he do? And actually, if you look, I didn't even catch the unit. He has 1 guy left. We just tore him up. So High Elf turn 4. Not a whole lot he can do. His White Lions, he kind of reforms, because I'm throwing lore fire spells at the White Lions. He reforms, but there's not a whole lot he can do. Now he's such that he can make a charge and actually fit in. Now he's only 3 wide. His Northern Sea Guard rally. His Swordmasters just turn so they can cast some magic on my guys. Looks like that. There's that. I think his Phoenix Guard tried to reform so they could slide down and make room for the White Lions. I think he just failed his test. Between Magic and Bolt Thrower, he kills a few Knights. I think Magic killed a couple, and the Bolt Thrower shoots and hits Karl Franz himself, and does he either fails to wound or I make a 4-up ward. Either way, actually, it's possible the Bolt Thrower just didn't even hit. Whatever it was, I feel like I got lucky there. I didn't do as many wounds with the Phoenix Guard, but yeah, I mean, the end is in sight, whittling down that unit. And we go to Empire turn 5. Yeah, Demigryph on the top right charges Bolt Thrower. Karl Franz and the remaining Knights are just trying to get away because there's nothing they can do against those Swordmasters. Steam Tank charges Northern Sea Guard again. We're doing a rinse and repeat. Yeah, there's that. I'm really just hoping that he doesn't have a BSB anymore. I'm hoping he fails a panic and just kind of runs, and I might be able to get some easy points that way by charge him next time. Yep, see if the same thing happens again. Lore of Fire, I cast either the mid-level or the highest level fireball at his 6 remaining White Lions and kill them to a man. Lore of Fire is really working out this game. I brought it for Elves, and it's working for Elves. Demi kills the Bolt Thrower and just reforms. In hindsight, I should have tried to get him off the board, but whatever. Steam comes barreling in, kills a bunch. This time they pass their steadfast. And over here we finish off the last of the White Lions. So obviously we're just mopping up. High Elf turn 5. His Swordmasters try to charge Karl Franz. That terrain is not impassable. We decided this one was just difficult terrain. He needed a 10. If he had made it, he would have won, but I would have been stubborn 10. But I don't know if I could have survived through the end of the game. So he casts magic instead and gets me down to a single a single knight, a warrior priest, and Karl Franz. Over here, we go to Empire turn 6. During the grinding, I get 5 wounds, and so the Lord and the Seaguard are dead. Nothing else he can do. He moves up to cast some magic. That's my turn. I move away, and nothing of significant happens. His turn, he moves up. He casts a spell. I don't know what spell, but it's probably Fireball, ironically, and kills my level 4, and the game ends. So, yeah, I can't complain about anything with the game. I felt that I got really lucky in a lot of places, and it was a big win. Too bad it's not for the tournament itself. So that's the game. Tournament games start with the next battle report. Hope you enjoyed it. Hey everyone, Once Bitten here. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. As you know, YouTube has several functions you can use to interact with videos such as this. You can like the video, you can leave a comment, you can favorite the video. I want you to know that I appreciate it when you do things like that. It feels much more interactive than simply me talking to a screen. So if you're willing to do so, please like, comment, and favorite the videos. Subscribe to the channel if you want, and you certainly are welcome to share this video on your blog or other websites if you are so inclined. Again, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.